Welcome, my beautiful yogis. Today, I'm inviting you to follow me through these hip opening and strengthening exercises and stretches. And also, we're gonna dive into some back relaxation and abs. So let's get onto it. But before we get started, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know what you think down in the comments. Now, also, always modify if you feel that whatever I'm doing it's not suitable for you or you want to add on something. So now let's get on to it. First we will start as all fours and just start to do some organic movements. Just start to follow your breath. You can take the ujjayi breath, so feel that the wave like sound is coming out. So do some cat cows, open up a bit that back. And after a couple, you can start to do any organic movements that you feel like could benefit you, especially if you do any kind of side stretching during this. This might help you open up the side of your back, or perhaps just open otherwise. Now we start to get into that hip mobility, so you can tuck your toes under. We're gonna start to bring that fire there. We go to the child pose, so hold your knees off the ground and push your back like you would be sitting on your heels. And we come back. You can have your knees on the ground if that's too much. And just go back and forth to open up and warm up your legs. We do a few more. Beautiful. Come back to the middle. And now you can take your right leg up to the facing back to your room. Point your toes towards the ground. And perhaps bring it all the way as a fly hydrant movement to your right bicep. And we do that again. Just to get a little bit warm to those hips when we start to stretch them so that they don't just feel aching. Beautiful. Bring back down, we do the other side. So left leg goes straight up. Flex your toes towards the ground and bring your left leg to your bicep. And again. Beautiful. Bring it back down. And now I want you to tuck your toes under and push yourself to the down dog. Introduce any movements in here, any wiggles in what you need to get out of your body. And just allow yourself to feel the movement, the breath coming in and out. And then find some stillness. Take on your down dog. Set your hand alignment so your elbow creases would be facing forward and you should rotate your inner thighs inwards and push your sitting bones up to the sky. Take your right leg up and bring it between. We go to the low lunge. That means that you have your left leg still on the ground, or left knee, and we take up here. Now we go to the half splits. You can have your hands on the ground, or if you want to challenge your balance, feel free to have your hands floating freely in the air. Just follow your breath when you switch between low lunge and half split. And one more time. Now I want you to invite to go to the low lunge again. Now we check that our alignment is good I want you to bring your left leg a bit closer so you can tuck your sitting bone under. I want you to try to think that you're pushing and rounding maybe a little bit your back. This will get your hip flexors really well. Breathe in here. Allow yourself to feel the stretch. You can think about that your back is almost like a cat kind of position. You're really pushing that left hip under. And then bring your hands back to the ground, engage your back leg. Take that right leg to the sky and bring it back down. Take the other side. Left leg goes to the sky. And with the exhale, lower yourself to low lunge. Again, check your alignment so we can go to low lunge. And we exhale to the half split. Remember, you can always have your hands to the ground, or you can do it without, whichever suits for you today. And the last half split. And bring yourself to the low lunge. Now you can bring your right leg slightly closer so you can tuck it under. You can see, now I'm in the low lunge. I tuck under, I round my back. And I can feel the stretch in here in my quads. So you can just feel the relaxation starting to open up your body a bit more. And come back, take your hands to the ground, take your left leg up, and bring it to your left knee, to your right wrist, and right left ankle should be behind the right. So we're going to half pigeon. In this one, you don't have to try to get the 90-degree angles every time, as our bodies doesn't always go like that. So just try to get that little stretch to your hip there. And you can start to lower yourself more and more if you want to. Or you can just relax where you find that you can allow your body to sink into that stress. Sometimes it's deeper and a different variation of half pigeon. So you can do a full pigeon, or then you can do a figure four by laying on your back. It's up to you what you feel like today is going to bring you. Bring your hands under where your shoulders are. And now start to lift your right leg up so you can grab it and stretch it towards you. So sometimes if you have a strap, you can have a strap there to bring it closer. Or perhaps you can just hold it in there without your hands over there. Bring that leg down. We lift back to the down dog or all fours and give a little love and rotate that hip. We're gonna take it to the other side. Right, let's come up and lower to the half pigeon. Remember, if you feel that your certain position is too cramped for you, you can take more space for yourself. As sometimes when we take the position, we know we can get to it, but we might just forget that it's all about creating space in that position. So in a pigeon, I know I can go for a split, but sometimes it's more about creating that flexibility in there and sustaining that more than just always trying to cram it the hardest position. Sometimes that is the challenge for us. To listen and not go as deep and as far. More like return to our roots. So I find that that's sometimes more challenging than trying all those fancy new poses. It's fun and really nice to go through all those exercises and positions and asanas, but sometimes the challenge is in my practice on that I actually just follow the basic line and remind myself how the alignment should be and return to the breathing of the movement. Bring your hands under your shoulders and flex your left leg up. You can raise to it if you want. We're going a bit of like a mermaid position to flex your quads. This might be quite a lot, but also just go as far as you feel that it's good to go today. Beautiful. Take the leg, left leg under and you rotate the right a bit. And now I invite you to take your feet to the ground. You can sit on your heels or if you have a book, pillow, whatever, put it under your butt. And then we can do a hero's pose. If this is too much, just the variations so you can have a block under your butt. And if this is not enough, you can start to lift your hips up slightly up to allow yourself to flex those quads a bit more. You can lean back if that's good for your practice today. If it doesn't, that's okay. Just stay there. Stay where it feels the best. And little by little we come back. And now I want you to take that right leg, bring it on the left side of your left leg, and we're gonna stretch here. So turn your chest towards the right side of your room and look back. Every inhale, grow a little taller, and every exhale, twist a little more. You're gonna take the other side. You can either do a nice little round twist here or just change the legs. So this time our left leg on our right side of our right leg. And then we turn our chest towards the left of the room. And now before we move to our back and abs, I invite you to butterfly pose. So in this pose, you just have your sole of your feet together and your feet are like your knees are open like open book. You can sit straight or perhaps you want to lean back, open up your feet even a bit more. Introduce any organic movement. If you want to stretch your obliques, you can just lean on the other side and you might feel a little stretch on your obliques. Once you're ready, you can lean slightly forward to open up to those hips a bit more. Now, invite you to take hold of your knees and bring them back together. Straighten your legs. One last thing is our seated forward fold. So you can move the flesh under your sitting bones so you can feel yourself to sit on the ground. And then you start to bend with the straight back. So we hinge from the hips and you start to lower towards your toes. You can have your toes flexed towards you. Perhaps you want to have a bend on your knees. And just relax here. Bring yourself back up. Bring your knees and roll on your back. And lift your legs up to the sky and start to press yourself to a plow pose. So with this one, allow your back to round a bit so you can feel the stretch in your back. Top of your toes are on the ground and your feet bones are shining to the sky. You can have your hands in your lower back, or then you can have them joined together behind. And introduce again any movements that you feel that you brave, or perhaps just stay still. And slowly roll out of this, one vertebra at a time. And bring yourself to both bows. Allow yourself to have the natural curl in your spine. You can have your feet stretched straight away up, or then perhaps have them in a tabletop position. Hold here, just to allow your core to be warmed up a bit. Cross your ankles, and if you can, from here, lift yourself up. Do the ragdoll, so your feet are hips width apart, and you wrap your left hand around the right elbow and vice versa, and allow your head to hang heavy. Bend your knees to allow your ribcage to just relax on the top of your quads. If you want, you can take your hands behind your skull and just allow it to elongate it forward. Bring yourself to flat back. Exhale down. Inhale again to flat back. Plank your palms and exhale to that plank. Lower your knees. Sit down to your knees. And you can do a little coffee crunch before we finish off here. So if you want, take your right hand to the right side, lean towards the right and allow your left hand to reach to the skies. With your exhalation, draw a circle from the top of your mat to the left side. And again, when you exhale, we do the same thing. Bring yourself back to the middle. And now I invite you either take Savasana, or perhaps you want to lift your, if you have a wall pose, you want to lift your feet to the skies and allow the pressure to come back and release that pressure from your feet. If you don't want to take Savasana and you are just ready to rock and roll and do something else, come to the seated position and bring yourself back to the intuition what you had when you started. Now compare how you feel. How your body is feeling right now is a difference. And we join our hands together, bring them to your forehead. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, my beautiful people, again to being part of my today's class. Let me know how you think, and I hope you enjoy it.